Hello. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And I want to welcome you to the Community Voice today. My name is Versi Green, and I'm your host for today. And we have a great show today for you. To my left, we have Ms. Shirley King, who is the board secretary for the SunnySide Place Community Development Corporation. And to my right, we have Ms. Jocelyn Jones, who is with the Riverside General Hospital, who works with a new program called the Winner's Journey. So I would like to welcome both of you here today. Both of you here today.
Thank you for having us.
You know, I was just thinking, about Oprah Winfrey. And I was looking at her show, and I said, man, if I could just have all of that, you know, and I know it's just not about the things, but it just seemed like those ladies were, did you all see any of her last shows?
I've seen
Any of the
a couple
Oprah
of
Winfrey
them.
last
I've seen
shows?
a couple of them.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
And those people were just so excited, and it's just a blessing for her to be able to give back like that. And she also stated it's not about the things. It's not about the things, but we want to enjoy the things. I mean, she gave away cars, she gave away rings, she gave away cruises. And I said, man, that's just awesome. And I said, well, how do they get in? And they said those people sit there and actually wait through 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning to get in. But that is my favorite talk show host because I can see where she's come from and where she is now and know that that's a blessing from God that she gives back the way that she does. So I didn't know, do either one of you have a favorite talk show host? I even kind of like Wendy Williams.
Yeah, she's good.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? What about you?
Actually, Deborah Duncan.
Deborah Duncan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Deborah.
remember Deborah Duncan. She's good too. She's
Yeah.
our hometown girl.
Hometown. Yes, that's
Hometown
right.
girl.
That's
Hometown
right.
girl. But they are a blessing within themselves. They do inspire me. What about you?
They do. I look at Oprah and I look at where she came from. And I guess the big part about it is it's all self-made. She
all
did that
self-made
herself.
millionaire, huh?
Nobody gave it to her. She actually worked for it. And that's what it's about. It's about working for your dream.
Working for you.
And she worked for hers.
And nowadays in this economy, we better have a dream.
Yeah,
That's
better have
right.
something to work
We
for.
better have a dream. We better
Yes,
have
yes,
a
yes,
dream.
yes.
So we're going to move on today. Ms. King, we have you here from the SunnySide Place
Yes.
Community Development Corporation, and that is a nonprofit organization that I hear that's in the Sunnyside area. Could you give us a little bit about the Sunnyside Place CDC?
Well, we became a community development corporation back in 2001. Pastor saw a need for us to give back to the community, and this is our way of giving back to the community. We became a certified CHOTO in 2004. And what that is it was for building affordable housing in that area. So the Sunnyside Place CDC has been a blessing to that community because, you know, we do things that affect the community itself. We look and see the things that need to be done. We want to beautify the community. We want to remove all of that blight from the community. So we do a lot, and our group does a lot in that community. Our focus right now basically is the building of homes, but there are other things that we do get involved with.
Okay, is this one of the Project Houston Hope areas?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is one of the areas that the past administration, it's called the Houston Hope Project, where we build affordable homes for low to medium income families. And this program was one that was set up for people who normally would not have an opportunity to get a home, but in this program they could. So we were excited about being a part of the Houston Hope Project.
Well, you know, like what are some of the guidelines for people that would want to buy the houses, or what are some of the guidelines and how would they actually go about purchasing one of the homes? What do they need to do?
Well, right now they need to be, it's 80 income medium that they need to be in. They need to move within the Houston Hope areas. Of course, we want you to move to Sunnyside because that's the area that we're in. They have to live, if they purchase the home, they will get down payment assistance from the city. And that's changing here a little bit, but it's still there. And once you purchase the home, you have to be in it for 15 years. Now, in the beginning, it was $37,500 that people were getting as down payment assistance. So that was a lot for
Yeah,
a
that's a
family,
lot.
for a family, a low to medium income family, to have that kind of assistance. And if you stay in the house for 15 years, then that down payment assistance is forgiven. You don't have to pay that back. So it was a way, it was a dream for people who would never think that they could get a home. They were put in a position where they could. Now, of course, you're going to go through all your credit has to be in order. The lenders have their credit score that they want you to have. There are guidelines that you go through. But if you really want your dream, you work towards that.
That's what it is.
Uh-huh.
And in this, we know economy is just really bad right now, and I know it was in the other cities. In other cities, it was really bad.
Yeah.
But now I'm seeing it's kind of hitting Houston.
Yes.
And there's some problems there. So what are some of the problems that these people run up against when they're trying to purchase the home and?
It's the lower income. It's that 80% a medium that's causing the big issue, and of course the city has run up against is having a few issues, and we're in constant meetings with the city so we can continue this program on because we know it's it's such a vital program for the communities, to clean up the communities, to bring we're trying to bring people back into the community, so that's why we're sticking with it. And some of the meetings that we've had, what we have, they're letting us continue on with that, and they run up against some of them run up against the big issue is the credit issue. The big issue is the credit issue for them. We may find one that has the right credit issue but make too much money. You have to make a certain amount of money. You may have one that make the money but have a little bit of credit issues there. So there are some things that they run up against, but there are those that if you work at it, you can get past those issues.
Being in the SunnySide area, and since it was one of those blighted areas, can you tell me how it has come, where it has come from during the time that they actually started the blighted lots and all of that, and how homes are developing in that area?
If you look at the SunnySide area, I'm not quite sure of the number of homes, but there are many new homes that have been built. And I always say the past administration. It's not that this administration is not doing anything, but the past administration worked very hard to get those areas cleaned up. The vacant lots, the houses that were all torn down and it was just not good. There was a hotel in the community that our CDC worked with the city to get torn down because it was just a bad area for the city. They're trying to clean up the drugs. They're trying to clean up the prostitution. So they're trying to bring SunnySide back. It's one of the older communities, and they're trying to bring families back to SunnySide. And there are people that really do want to move back to SunnySide because this is where their roots are. So if we can get it cleaned up, and that's why we're committed to working very hard at cleaning up the city. Our pastor is a champion on getting all kind of things moved out of the community. He worked very hard to get the vacant lots cleaned up, the old dilapidated houses torn down. He worked very hard, and he's still working hard to get the drugs, the prostitution out of the SunnySide area. So there has been a change, and each street that you go down, you can see where new homes have been built that really makes the community look like the community that we're working towards getting.
That it once was.
Yes,
and it
yes.
takes, we know that it takes a
time.
collaborative
Yes,
effort
yes.
on the community as a
Yeah.
whole to get it back to
Yeah.
where it was. But you have to have someone that actually stands out.
Yeah, it's not
actually have
just
to-
our CDC
Yeah, it's
that's
not-
doing it.
yeah,
It's a lot of different groups. There are other CDCs within the area that are working too. I'm just proud to talk about our CDC because I know that we are committed to doing it, and I'm sure the other ones are committed too. But they have some beautiful homes in Sunnyside, and if you're looking for a home in Sunnyside, let me tell you, there are some beautiful homes there. Okay.
Also, what other programs do you all offer, or what under that CDC? We know you have the Choto and everything.
Well, we
but
have
what are some of the other programs that you've offered for the community that they would want to possibly get involved in?
We had the seniors. We have a seniors program where we have a building, the Marcial Keys Activity Center, which is where our CDC office is housed. We have seniors programs. We have programs for youth that are there. We right now we're working with a group where we have a tutoring program that is there for our children. So it's a safe place for them to come, and we can do the past group. There are groups from various churches that come, and want to do different events and stuff there. So we offer not just housing, we offer other things too. In our Marcial Keys Activity Center under the head of our SunnySide CDC.
Oh, well, that's great. That's great. We thank you, Ms. King.
Thank
we know
you.
it's a lot
Thank you.
more
Oh,
about
it's
the
a
SunnySide
lot more,
Place
yes.
CDC, and I know that you work very hard in the organization. And
Well, thank you for
there are a lot
having me.
more things coming up. Are
Yeah.
there any plans in the future for say, multifamily housing or
The way the city is going, there are plans right now for multifamily housing. There's plans for single family homes. Of course, we're still leaning towards the single family homes because we want to see people. If you bring families in their own homes, they have if they have ownership, they have a tendency to want to take care of their own, and they want their surroundings to be okay. So that would be bringing families back to the SunnySide area.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Because the family unit
Yes.
is what's very important. We need to keep our family units intact. Because some way it goes here, goes there, goes here, goes there, and it's separated. But when we bring a family unit back intact, we can focus on the family things that we used to do when
Yeah.
we came
Exactly.
when we
Exactly.
came up.
Exactly.
Okay, then. I thank you very much for that information. And if someone was interested, in looking at the homes, could you give them a phone number?
Okay, if
and-
you're
and-
if you're
and a
interested
name?
in purchasing a home, our number is 713-731-7050. You can talk with myself, or our housing coordinator is Carla Nash. You can talk with her, and we have packets that we have put together that will give you all the information concerning the Houston Hope program. That just come out and don't ever say that no, I can't do it, or no, it won't work. Just come out and try. You never know what will happen. But give us a call. Again, the number is 713-731-7050.
Okay. So the primary goal is to work to get people out of apartments into
To
homes, to let that be an investment.
Investment.
And what people need
Exactly.
to know, that a home is an investment for you.
Exactly.
And we want to thank Ms. King
Thank you.
for giving
Thank you
us
for
that
having me.
information. And we're going to move right along to our next part here. We have Ms. Jocelyn Jones. Again, thank you, Ms. Jones, for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
And she is with Riverside General Hospital, the Winner's Journey program. And that program specializes in teens and pregnant teens. And as we go on, she's going to tell us a lot about it, that has drug addictions and other problems. So we're going to welcome you here today, Ms. Jones.